Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and happy Heartstopper month! Now, I'm coining August as Heartstopper month because a new series of the television show Heartstopper comes out, or has already come out. August 2nd, I believe, was the date of the new season premiering. And to honor Heartstopper, I decided I wanted to reread all 4 volumes that are currently out of Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, and then rewatch the first season and watch the second season, just so I can feel the love of Nick and Charlie and be happy. Not that I'm not happy, but this just like brings so much joy that it's wonderful. Anyway, I'm just gonna see how quickly I can get these done. I mean, they are so fast to read. I've never actually read them physically. I only read them on webtoons, but now I own them and I'm so excited to read them physically and see the artwork up close. If you don't know about Heartstopper, where have you been? You've been hiding under a rock? Heartstopper is a beautiful graphic novel series by Alice Oseman. We follow 2 high school gentlemen, Nick and Charlie, and they fall in love, and it's just so sweet. These boys have their fair amount of hardships, but we're with them in the journey, and it's just so heartwarming and heart-stopping. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna jump into volume 1, and maybe I will chat along with you as I get to something exciting and like have to tell you about it. I just thought this would be a fun series to vlog my thoughts of the Heartstopper series and then watch the television series. Okay, let's start. Can we just appreciate how pretty this is? I love the artwork in between the boxes. So pretty. I have made it to part 2 in volume 1 of Heartstopper, and I have a couple of things to say. First of all, I hate Ben. He's the worst. Ben is the kind of love interest of Charlie toward the beginning. Basically just using Charlie to make out with a boy. And Nick is the literal best, and I don't get how we don't classify this as flirting. There's a time when they're playing rugby, so Charlie has just joined the team because Nick saw him running super fast, and they are literally, where is it? Tackling each other and like touching faces. Like, he's totally flirting, but I think Charlie's just taking it as a good friend, and Nick is just that friendly of a guy, but it's totally there. It's already started. Anyway, I'm gonna read part 2 real quick. I just hit myself in the face. They're sending hearts to each other. I mean, obviously, flirting. Done. I love it. I just love it. I don't know how one book can make me so happy and just like fix my mood instantly, but it did it. So in part 2, Nick and Charlie go to a party and they're talking about who they like, and Charlie's like, so who do you have a crush on? What's her name? And Nick is like, how come you just assumed they're a girl? And then I showed you what happened. They kiss, and it's so dang sweet. But then it ends in kind of a cliffhanger with Nick rushing away to talk to his friends, and Charlie just feels really sorry for even trying to kiss him. So I'm gonna jump right into book 2. Finished this one in like less than an hour. So good. So good. Also, I am just reliving watching the Netflix show in my head because they did such a phenomenal job of casting Nick and Charlie and Tao and Ben and like everyone else. And they recreated the scenes so perfectly. Like the scene of Nick and Charlie hanging out in the snow. Perfect. I can't wait to rewatch the season. I think season 1 is both book 1 and 2 because I think more happens in the series. So I'm gonna read book 2 and then
I found this on the web.
I'm gonna read book 2 and then watch season 1. Yay. I just read the entirety of volume 2 in the bath. It was awesome. This one focuses a lot more on Nick's story. Nick is really questioning his sexuality and whether he still likes girls, likes boys, and he decides that he's bisexual. And this one is all about him figuring out how he wants to come out, when he wants to come out. And I think Charlie is just so understanding, and I love that about him. He's like, you can do this on your own time. You don't have to do this just because I'm out. This is your journey and your sexuality, and you can decide. And I love that. So, volume 2, done. Here's volume 3. They're getting significantly thicker. But I will start this one and enjoy it. And I think hopefully, I don't know when I'll be able to watch season 1 or season 2 for that matter. Gonna have to make time sometime in the evening, I guess, because I can't really watch it while my kids are awake. So we will see. But for now, I'll just start volume 3, which should be the start of season 2 of the Netflix series. So that's great. I finished it this morning. So I have read 3 volumes of Heartstopper in the last 12 hours or something like that. That's crazy. A little over 18 hours maybe, but it's just so readable, and you can just sit and read one volume in one sitting, which is great. Anyway, this one covers a little bit more serious topics. The schools, both the boys and girls school, head to Paris, which I love. I love Paris. And the boys are rooming together, and so there's that little dynamic. There's telling their friends about their relationship, but then Charlie is struggling with an eating disorder, or what Nick thinks is an eating disorder, and Nick is just trying to help him and love him and figure out how he can support him. So a little bit more serious, and I think in the next one we get pretty serious into depression, anxiety, eating disorders stuff in volume 4. So anyway, I am putting down volume 3, picking up volume 4, and probably will finish it yet today. It's just, like I said, so easily readable, and I'm loving my time with it. Alrighty, volume 4 is done, and it was still as lovely as the other 3, but definitely does have some harder topics of discussion. Mental illness being the biggest. Charlie is struggling with anorexia and OCD. And I do want to talk about this one page and drawing and dialogue because it's just so wonderful. A mom talking to her son about his relationship and what he can really do for someone with mental illness. And so it's Nick saying that he wants to fix Charlie, and his mom's like, you can't do that. The mom says, but also knowing that sometimes people need more support than just one person can give. That's love. And so later on it says, like, you can get support from, yes, the person you're with, but also from your parents and your friends and professional help, counselors, even animals. And I just love that message, that one person cannot heal someone's mental illness, and there's a lot of different puzzle pieces that need to be taken into account to help someone with a mental illness. So yeah, also I'm just noticing that my nails match this cover. that's wonderful. Now I'm going to start watching the show. I know that season 1 is books 1 and 2, but I want to say that season 2 is only volume 3. So I don't think we touch any of volume 4 in the next season, but we shall see. I also just kind of want to go through and see the artwork in the books transferring to on screen, because I just think that they did a really lovely job from what I'm remembering watching season 1. So let's start watching. So I have to do a little tricky thing to watch Heartstopper. Our family used to share Netflix, and now they have figured out how to stop people from sharing passwords on Netflix. But I figured out a hack on how to actually watch something. So I'm just doing it for Heartstopper. I promise. Don't come get me, Netflix gods. Anyway, so I'm going to start. I was thinking I'd like be able to show little clips of me watching, but that's not going to happen because the only way I can watch is on my phone, and can't screen record Netflix, and you can't, I use my phone to film my videos, so I can't film while I'm watching. So I'm just going to have to chat through some things, maybe take some screenshots of things, but I started and I'm watching the first episode, and I just love when they're giving the title Heartstopper right before they're giving the very first title, Heartstopper, and then the episode is called Meet. I love that there's like leaves floating around and hearts in the air, and it's just so reminiscent of, I've got the first book here with me, all of the leaves surrounding the boxes in the novels. So like right here, it just like makes this cute little flow, and I think they've done such a good job of making this book to movie or book to TV adaptation. So let's see. First episode, all I have to say, really great job with the cast. I feel like they fit Nick and Charlie to a T, and Tao for sure. Let's see what else. That's all I have to say after episode 1. I just realized you can't take screenshots of Netflix shows either. Good job, Netflix, for figuring that out. I really shouldn't have tried anyway. But I just have to say, episode 2, called Crush, the snow scene is perfection. They're just so cute and sweet, and it's just like perfectly the snow scene. I have to try to find the snow scene. Yeah, it's just perfect. Yeah, just perfection. Okay, that's all I have to say. Moving on to episode 3. Episode 3, the party. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. They're at Harry's 16th birthday party, and I do have a complaint. Harry is the worst. He's kind of a really bad actor, this actor. Not as good as the others, so maybe he isn't the best cast for this role, but he's still being a douche, so that works well for him. I finished the first season of the Netflix show of Heartstopper, and I just have to say that this scene where Nick comes out to his mom is so beautiful, and just every hope that I could have for every child coming out to their parent. It's a beautiful example of love and support, and I just think it was so well done. I think that this actress did an amazing job, and it was just so sweet, and I hope that every child I know who would ever come out to their parent would have this kind of reaction of love and support. I know it's not always how it is for children coming out to their parents, but it was just a really beautiful example of it. So I loved how that ended, and then the season ended with Nick and Charlie becoming official boyfriends, and they are going to tell people now. Or not maybe tell people, but just not hide it anymore. So I'm looking forward to starting season 2. Yeah, let's jump into watching. I just finished the first episode of season 2 and liking where it's going so far. I forgot to say, in season 1, there is a character that is added in that is not included in the books. And the reason I'm remembering it is because she's a prominent character in season 2, episode 1. Her name's Imogen, and in the first season, there's this whole storyline of Nick and Imogen going on a date, Imogen really liking Nick, but of course Nick is with Charlie. And now in season 2, episode 1, Nick is telling Imogen, who is one of his oldest friends, that he and Charlie are together. So I'm wondering if she's going to play a more prominent role in season 2, but we shall see. Other notice that I made, there's lots of kissing. Lots of Nick and Charlie kissing. Of course, they are young and in love, and I guess that's normal. It's sweet. It's cute. And lastly, in episode 1, Charlie told his parents that Nick and Charlie are boyfriends. And of course, the parents are like, no more sleepovers, doors open when he's around. So they were not assuming that they were together whatsoever. And their reasoning was because Nick is such a sports lad. It's like, sports lads can be any sexuality. Anyway, okay, so episode 1 going well. Let's keep watching. A few things. I just finished episode 4, which was called Challenge. And it was a challenge that Charlie gave to Nick saying, I bet you can't kiss me while we're in Paris. They're in Paris, which is so lovely and nostalgic. I want to go back to Paris. I've been to Paris 3 times and I love it. And the 4th episode just ended with Charlie realizing that he has a hickey from Nick. And it's like, oh, and then it cuts. So it's a really funny ending. Anyway, that'll be fun. Okay, I looked and there's 8 episodes in season 2, so I'm halfway through. And loving it. As per usual, I think I just have like a smile stuck on my face the whole time I'm watching. It's so sweet and so good. A couple of other observations. 1, I really love Tao. He's so cute. And actually, like, very attractive guy. He got a haircut in this season, and I really like it. Number 2, Isaac, the other friend in this friend group, is always carrying a book. I love him. Okay, that's all. I'm like 2 minutes into the next episode. Okay, I completed the last episode of season 2, and I should say the 8th episode, the last episode, is completely made up, not in any of the books. The kids go to prom, which, you know, that's fun and exciting, and things happen at prom. Drama, but good things and love, and it was sweet. It was a good way to end the season. So, some things were covered from book 4. Sorry, my dog is sniffing the camera. When Nick comes out to his dad, that's in season 2, but a lot of like the dark mental illness stuff is not covered. So I'm assuming that's what we will see in season 3. I did want to say, I have been reading, I think it's called episode 7, but it will be volume 5 of Heartstopper on Webtoons, and you can too. Look ahead at what will be in volume 5 if you download Webtoons. I think you have to get or you just have to log in, create a login, but it's good, guys. Nick and Charlie. Their relationship is just on a whole new level. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I don't know how it's going to turn out in the end. I haven't even started editing, but it was really fun to revisit this series. I love this series. I just think it does such a great job of showing that people can love in many different ways and accepting people of all different varieties. I don't know why I'm calling people varieties, but I also think that the television show does a great job of demonstrating that as well. There are a lot of sexualities represented in the television show that we don't see in the books, and I really like that. So thanks so much again for watching my Heartstopper reading and watching vlog. Like this video on your way out. Consider subscribing to my channel if you'd like to see more bookish and bullet journaling content from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!